One. Tune in now. It's breakfast time. Do 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 do. Welcome one and all to What's on Your Mind. I am DJ Val, aka Don Valentino, aka the voice of modern radio. My voice is sounding very smooth. And this is...
You're very, very welcome. My name is Olive. You're very welcome to another edition of What's on Your Mind. As the very jingle says, let's talk it out. How are you? How are you, DJ Val?
I am fabulous.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. Bonjour to all of you. Bonsoir.
I am fabulous.
He says it's fabulous. How are you? Are you fabulous? Where are you? Are you on the road? Are you doing your morning shopping? What are you doing? You making breakfast? Or are you still curled up in bed and still thinking about what the next move for you should be at this hour of the day? Thank you for joining us. You're very, very welcome. Our international greeting today is all the way from Mauritius. They speak Creole. So they have French influences. And so they will say good morning as bonjour, but it is spelt not with a J, it's spelt with a Z. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Where is Mauritius?
Mauritius is the little island on the southern hemisphere of Africa. Mauritius is a small Atlantic island, yes. But their native dialect is, they say, Kimania. The reason I pick Mauritius is in the summer, people go to all these exotic places, Seychelles and all of that. So I'm going to try and start picking some holiday hotspots for you with their greetings. So when you do go on your holiday, you have
holiday hotspots.
Hotspots. So you've got your greetings on hand. How is that?
Holiday hotspot.
Do you remember any of our previous international greetings? Do you remember any? Of course,
Akosomate.
That's not an international greeting.
It is an international greeting. It is now.
Okay.
Akosomate, Bula. Did I say Akosomate? I did say Akosomate. Buenos dias, buenos tardes.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
Buenos noches.
Terra, prive. How are you? All in the different languages. Jinkubre. Answers on a postcard. If you remember any of our international greetings, answers on a postcard.
I think Jinkuya is sank. I think it's Jin
Dobre is good. Is a general.
Yeah, Dobre Don.
Is a general. Jinkuya, I think is thank you.
Yeah, Jinkuya is thank you. Sorry, better not be saying that.
Either way, Jinkuya for joining.
Yes.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you.
Obrigado.
Let us kick off. Obrigado is thank you in, I think, Spanish.
No,
is
it's
it?
Portuguese.
Portuguese, I'm sorry. I mix up the
Brazilian. Two. I don't know if obrigado. Yeah, obrigado is Portuguese. Wow.
Last week we had a technical hitch. We couldn't locate some comments from the Easter episode. So I kind of did a summary of the names that I remember, put the details, but we're able to retrieve those comments. Don't ask me what went wrong. I don't know, but we've got the comments today. Really,
I don't know either, so I can't even say that I do. I don't. I've got no idea. Technicalities are technicalities, so we just...
So I'll tag team with DJ Val on this one. Do you want to start with an applause for our listeners? This is your part of the show, your segment. If you're new to the show, we have something where we call our viewers comment section, where we go over the comments that our viewers have put on post a show. Now, if you want to be part of those who you want your comments featured, please do go to YouTube after the show and put your comment in the post comment, not in the live chat, in the YouTube. Do you want to tell them how to do this, darling?
We said do an applause first. So
Yes.
do an applause.
Thank you. So that's what this section is about if you're new to the show.
So all you need to do is when the show ends, you just put comments at the end. That's pretty much how you do it. I mean, if you put a comment in the live chat, you know that you like the show, I guess we can go back and read it, to be honest. All feedback is welcome, but ideally we would love for you to go to the comment section and put a comment in there. Simply because it helps with the algorithm and all that great stuff. So comments in there, and then we get the opportunity to respond to those comments, and that again helps in terms of YouTube analytics and engagement. So we will kick off. Let's have a look. Last week we had, this was for the week before last, Easter show. Auntie Osea said, love the setting. I don't know who Treasure One is, but she said, thanks for explaining and reminding us about the reason for the season. Happy Easter.
That's my cousin from Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool. Osea said, amen, and 2 praying hands. It was almost like she was giving I
think she watched post the show.
Okay, now like Auntie Lena.
Another thing you can do. If you missed the 9 o'clock air, you can always go back to that link and like she's done, also put your comments. Yeah,
I think she's doing a bit more of a like a live chat kind of thing as well. So she says, happy Easter to you all. Alison Brown says, this Easter show was warm, fun, and full of meaning. So thank you so much indeed, Alison, for that. We had Ose came back again with 4 hearts. Mr. Mark Weller said, I learned so much today and I still had a good laugh along the way. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much indeed, Mr. Mark Weller. We love you, sir. And then Auntie Ose came in with the last one in Yoruba language. People just say Eku Easter.
That's when we were asking, how do you say happy Easter in your language?
Just say Eku Easter. So well done for that. That's all my comments done, you know.
That it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And I will add to that for I will join the I will kick off the British phrases. You want to give them applause for that one?
Yeah. That one did really well.
So I'll kick this one off. I was
going to say that particular show did really well on the shorts. People really like that. I think it's something that we need to do again. That show was very eye-opening for a lot of people. Didn't know what those comments meant. So there you go. All right.
What the comments meant?
Sorry, what the phrases meant.
The British phrases?
Yep.
Okay.
So
the comments for this one, Miss Obi Atwaya is my former schoolmate. She goes, as an English teacher, really enjoy the section and sayings and their meanings. And she added, because we said to people, add whichever one we hadn't added on, as mad as a hatter. As mad as a hatter. So she added, from the 19th century, when hatters, people that made hats, went mad from the mercury they used in making the hats.
See, I thought that was for Alice in Wonderland. The Mad Hatter.
She's an English teacher.
Interesting. It sounds right, but in Alice in Wonderland they have the Mad Hatter in there as well. So that's I like that. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abby, for that. Muchas gracias. And Adrian Zimmerman, thank you, says the discussion about triumph and betrayal coming next week really caught my attention. It feels like one of those topics that will hit deep and get everyone thinking beyond the surface. Yes, that week is here. This one, we're kicking it off.
Triumph and betrayal.
Thank you. And Kunle Roberts says, great show both. Thank you, Mr. Roberts and Mrs. Atinuke. Femi goes, this one was such a fun show, but still full of learning. I never realized how many British phrases I use without even thinking about them. Definitely made me stop and reflect on how languages shape culture. They really, really do. They do. Yeah. And Ben Brown, if you're new, do you know who that is? You're welcome if you're new to the show. You're in very good company. The way you both bounced off is brilliant. Thank you, Ben Brown. Hang around much longer, you will see some real bouncing. Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's somebody that's new, so.
Yeah, you're welcome, and I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Now, today, very quickly, applause for the British phrase commenters, please. Why are you looking at me like that?
We've had like 3 rounds of applause.
It doesn't matter. You can never give your devoted listeners too many applauses. Agree with me? Yes, you can never. Thank you so much.
Do you agree with that, people?
Yes, they do. Come on.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Very quickly, before we get into betrayal and triumph, international news: large fire broke out in one of Australia's 2 operating oil refineries, prompting fears over the country's petrol supplies amid global disruption caused by the Middle East conflict. No injuries have been reported, but the blaze continues, and authorities said smoke could impact nearby areas.
I wonder if that was terrorist related.
Now, those areas are prone to bushfires to start with, but this is not a bushfire.
No, I'm just wondering,
In 2 refineries, what say you? Do you understand? 2 refineries.
With all this stuff going on in the Middle East.
Well, so we just hope people don't get injured. But the thing with this sort of with smoke from oil, eventually it does impact the nearby areas. That's all I have on international news. Too much terrible things happening. That's all. On national news, BBC reports that it will cut 1,800 to 2,000 jobs to help address its significant financial pressures. Interim Director Rodri Davis did not rule out axing entire channel or services in order to make the £500 million worth of savings that the BBC says it needs to make over the next 2 years. Now,
I have a thought on that.
Go ahead, share your thought.
I think they should just scrap the TV license, and they should have an advert-based model like everybody else does, and call it quits.
But they're still getting the TV license, and yet they're experiencing financial difficulties.
You know how they pay? They pay people exorbitant wages.
I was waiting for you to come to that. Could it be the very fat salaries?
Yeah, then there was that whole thing about how much they pay the male presenters and the female presenters on the same show as well.
The gender pay gap is huge.
It was, and let's not even talk about some of the scandals that have gone on with people that they've been paying.
No, today we're not talking scandals. Today
no,
we're talking
I'm just
we're
saying.
talking cuts.
How can you overspend when you must have a budget based on the fact of what you must have a budget. You must know that every year you're going to get, 50 million or 100 million from license fee.
But now you're saying you want many hold similar thoughts to you, but are not just holding the thoughts, they're actually axing and not paying the TV license.
There's a lot of people that don't pay it. If you don't watch live TV, and if you just watch, if you watch internet, not live shows on the internet, you don't have to pay.
Yeah. So could it be that their revenue is dwindling from that as well?
Yeah,
Not really.
Not to
Okay.
500 million. That's a lot of people not paying their 60 something pounds, or how much is it?
No, excuse me. The smallest fee now is like nearly 100
Okay, that's a
per
lot
home.
of people not paying £100. That's like,
All right. Moving on from the news. I told you there was nothing pleasant on the news. Moving on from the news. Thank you so much. Now, in talking about, I've been getting ready for this show for a long time, this particular subject, for a very long time.
oh
So
yeah.
pardon me, yeah. And if we don't cover it all today, as always, we can do a part 2. But especially thinking run up to Easter was when I was thinking, and we were hoping that we would do it as a run up to Easter show. But albeit the situation, it's post Easter, and I'd still like us to consider some of the points that the subject offers and brings to us. So I thought about a befitting title for it, but I couldn't find any. But I tell you all the ones I'd scrapped any. I had scribbled. Triumph through betrayal, the wound and the win, betrayed but not broken. Take your pick, whichever one you like, and however it sits with you. So today, in this episode, we're going to try and explore the tension between pain and purpose through just life. And I thought, looking at the life of Jesus through Easter, it was a good one. It was a good case study to reflect on the subject, because his story is marked by trust, betrayal, suffering, and the ultimate triumph. Without going too much into the story, Jesus' life captures both the deepest betrayal and the most enduring idea of triumph, which makes it a very intriguing topic, a very intriguing story to align to this subject.
Very intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Why
intriguing.
do people betray? Because if the very Lord and Savior was betrayed, and we're told that betrayal was intrinsic for prophecy to be fulfilled, why then do people betray? It might seem that it will be easier to explain why people betray, right? So why do people betray, DJ Val?
Change of allegiance.
Change of allegiance. Okay, very good. That's a good one.
That's the major one, no?
It's a major one for you, huh?
If people change their allegiance and they decide that they want to align with something different, then that causes people to betray you. Your enemy can't betray you because they're not aligned to your way of thinking. They're not within that inner circle. So betrayal is normally done by somebody who is seemingly with you, that at some point, maybe all along, maybe covertly,
you've trusted.
They pivot.
Very good. Pivot. Okay, to the other side.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. And how can these, in this discussion, as I always do, I like to challenge us to think, how can these moments of betrayal shape rather than shatter who we become?
It's a very good question, actually.
Because, like I said a few seconds ago, Jesus was betrayed, but that betrayal was intrinsic to his purpose. So how can then, the thing about the subject of betrayal, it naturally is one that causes tension and is very emotive, because most times our hearts are involved. Our money is involved. The things that we hold dear are involved. So it evokes a lot of emotion. Like I said, what if your greatest moment of purpose comes through your deepest betrayal, like our case study, Jesus. Yeah.
Well,
He was on his birth. We celebrated him. Wise men came from wherever, offered him gift. It looked relatively good, followed by an obscure rural upbringing as a son of a carpenter, and then was betrayed by one of his own very disciples. You know, can betrayal
was betrayed by more than that.
Was betrayed by
The people.
He was betrayed by the people, and even
Yeah.
was betrayed by his beloved Peter. By the denial. It wasn't a
that,
betrayal.
No, that wasn't a denial. But remember, the people had a choice to either let Barabbas go or... And that's why I'm saying about the whole pivot thing.
That's it.
So they thought...
they were the same people who welcomed him into Jerusalem.
That's what I'm saying.
And triumphed, gave him a triumphant, call it today, the triumphant entry. So my question is, can betrayal and triumph coexist? Or do they even depend on each other? Discuss.
They're mutually exclusive.
They're mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
But the question, they are mutually exclusive, but can they coexist as we saw in Jerusalem? In 1 minute, hail, Hosanna in the highest, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. In a few days' time, it was kill him, crucify him. Okay. Whilst you're holding that thought,
I'll tell you what, let's take a break. I'm going to think about this one. We'll be right back after this important word.
This isn't just music. It's prayer in a melody. Truth in conversation. And community in sound. What if you know? You know. You know. You'll feel it in your soul. I have soul. Soul Food Gospel Radio.
Well, welcome back after that short We Have Soul, I Have Soul, You Have Soul ad break. And I guess the question was, can betrayal and trust... what was the question again?
Betrayal and triumph, can they coexist?
Oh, that was it. And I knew it began with
triumph.
T. Yeah, triumph. Can they coexist? No, I said that they can, but they're mutually exclusive. I don't think one relies on the other. Or there's an interdependency.
You don't think they rely on each other?
At all.
Can they depend on each other?
Anything can depend on each other, but the arrangement is, as I said, I think they're both mutually exclusive.
Yes, they are. There's a question. What say you? Answers in the postcard. Right, let's go back to the beginning. The word betray is a verb. It you give up for a price, you disappoint, prove undependable, abandon, forsake, fail, cause someone to believe in an untruth. You said betrayal is when somebody's allegiance pivots to the other side, or they no longer align with somebody. So that's forsaken something. We can say that the person has forsaken the cause, so to speak.
I agree.
But the word triumph is a successful ending of a struggle or to experience victory.
I agree.
So what if, let me pose another question, just to get our minds ticking. I like to throw in the rhetoric questions. What if the moment that hurts us the most also is the moment that shapes us? Question. What if betrayal and triumph aren't really complete opposites, but are actually part and parcel of the same story?
Again,
Question.
possible.
Question. So when we think of betrayal, we always think of broken trust, disappointment, sometimes even huge catastrophic devastation. And like you touched on, betrayal often comes from proximity, not distance.
True.
Someone who doesn't know you will not be able to betray you. And because betrayal it has to do with the loss of trust, so there must have been trust in the first place for it to be lost.
Yes.
And without trust, betrayal isn't really possible. And that's why I asked the question, do they not need each other? Hold that. Triumph isn't always possible. It isn't always immediate. Whereas betrayal can be right now, right then. You can say something that reveals betrayal. Unlike triumph sometimes can be delayed. It can even be almost invincible or even misunderstood at first. I would say that Jesus' triumphant entry was misunderstood by the people who were hailing him. Very, of course, misunderstood, because they were expecting a different kind of king, but not the king that he truly was. So let's get into the crux of it. Why then does betrayal happen?
Because of a pivot.
Yeah, that's one. That's one point. That's not the only thing.
Really?
There must be other. Can you just because of pivot? All right. That's
no,
fine.
I'm just thinking.
Think out of the box. What say you? I want all of us to think deep and out of the box. Yes, there's a misaligned something's pivot, broken
something
trust.
has to, something has to primarily change in either your thoughts or your actions to cause a betrayal, right? So you could, for example, I don't know, you're part of a band, and then all of a sudden you decide to go solo. So you were all going, traveling, happy on stage. Then all of a sudden, and we've got perfect examples of that. There's lots of singers, not just in the gospel industry, that have gone off solo, but sometimes that going solo wasn't something that was planned. And to the rest of the group, that feels like a betrayal. Is that a good example?
That's a misaligned expectation, misunderstanding. That's the pivot you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that could cause betrayal? What about fear? Self-preservation over loyalty. People protect themselves. So it's not, they don't necessarily, but they're in survival mode. So even at the cost of others, when you're in survival mode, there's fear of poverty, fear of death, fear of reprisal, fear of persecution. So that fear as well is a big reason why people step. You have the next one again, when there's a misalignment due to greed or ambition. A desire to gain outweighs the commitment to the group's cause. You suddenly see your ambition as bigger than that of, in the case of a band, as that. Insecurity. There was a girl group. Oh, I can't remember their name now.
Got me thinking.
She left the group because she said she felt like the one that was ugly. I thought, wow. So you left a group of beautiful girls because you felt you were the ugly one. That's insecurity.
But how is that betrayal?
She left the group. You just said it. She left when she leaving the group. We're digging deeper at other reasons that cause people. She left the group. She leaving the group caused a deep betrayal to them. But the reason to them, however, it seemed so small to them, but that reason was valid. An insecurity.
Okay.
So an insecurity led to the breakup of a successful group. And even the ones who were left never did anything again. And they later talked about how that one thing to them, they couldn't make sense of it. But it caused that rift.
So you kind of say something a little bit different because she's not thinking that she betrayed them.
But the point is, okay, in betrayal, right?
No, I'm just saying. So
So one person is betrayed.
So you can deliberately betray somebody.
And you can indirectly.
And with
non-deliberately.
her, she wouldn't class that as a betrayal. But the group...
But the person who received it is still betrayed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's what I want us to explore. This has many facets to it. It's not one way. There is the betrayer, then the person who's betrayed. Sometimes the betrayer doesn't see that they've betrayed the person. You know, so sometimes that's why I'm asking us to explore the reasons, the causes, the things that lead to this thing called betrayal or could lead to this thing called betrayal. And sometimes even pressure. Now, she said she was the ugly one in the group. Could it be that it was societal pressure to look a certain way that brought on that insecurity? Political pressure. Some people, political parties have defected, jumped ship due to peer pressure. Emotional forces where people are being perhaps blackmailed or under emotional duress, you know, to give up something to the KGB, CIA, espionage, all of those things. Betrayal is a big thing around there. And many of it, people are not doing this betrayal by their own volition. There's pressure. They're under pressure. They're under duress to do it. So like you just touched, they're not doing it deliberately. It's a survival thing for them. But it doesn't diminish the fact that their country feels betrayed. Those that defect, when they leave their country to go and do sports in other countries, the country they're defecting from classes it as betrayal, treason, all those things, survival. You're under pressure to do X, Y, Z.
Suppose when you look at it that way, that's quite because with that you've got a unique set of values that whether it be like a national interest or something like that, and if you choose to forgo that national interest,
That's it.
You know, to the country,
It is
be
a betrayal.
The
reason I'm spreading this wide is because we tend to just narrow it down to personal situations. Yeah, because it's very emotional, and that's what comes to mind first. Sometimes people are genuinely desperate. Now, in the case of our case study, was Judas desperate? They were desperate for a political leader, was he? Then you also have things like personal weaknesses, defects, shortcomings that have gone unchecked and unresolved. And then betrayal at that point, for me, is no longer calculated evil. So a man who chooses to molest his child, that's pure evil. People who defect because the situation in their, or the political situation in their country, that's not calculated evil, you know? And now we find those sort of situations are where human weaknesses now come under strain. And people have to make those choices for survival for whatever reason. So betrayal is not just the big, bad, calculated evil. That stepping out of trust is where you step into the territory of betrayal. And it's rarely random. It's always a collision, as I always say, between the circumstance you're in, the circumstance you want to be in, and perhaps your human weaknesses. In most settings, be it the molester, the pedophile, the you name it, it's a circumstance they want to be in, they want to take pleasure in, and the human weaknesses. So, how can triumph? We wouldn't finish this today, but let's finish off on this note. How can triumph and betrayal be part of human history, and yet those who go through it come out of it? Betrayal can be it can take the look of many of the vignettes and examples we've given now. It can break you, but it can also transform you. It can be a breaking point, or it can be a turning point. On the show, we talk about contending for transformation and putting on a lens that allows us to see things deeper and clearer than they meet the eyes. Triumph can grow because of adversity, not in spite of it. Adversity can cause us to triumph. There's a book called Out of the Ashes. I remember the author now. It focuses a lot on triumph through post Second World War. How people who go through the most difficult atrocities, they come out with a determination to just triumph and model their lives after that victory. The same wounds can also heal. Africans have this saying that it's the car that hits you that will also take you to the hospital. The same betrayal will also reveal
about something else. People say about
that the same motorway jam you will carry you go hospital.
No, it wasn't. It was the thing when the car hits you and the person and driving the car. He said, "Do you think the thing that kills people in cars was taken out?"
Okay, so it's the same betrayal can reveal to you who you are, what you stand for, and what really matters. It's at those times you touched on values that you then really examine your values. So in the case of, we've talked about political betrayal, we've talked about band, social, and then person to person, where, say, a loved one betrays you and it causes you, or a woman who has to choose between a boyfriend that molests her children. That's why many women turn their eyes on this when they don't have that tenacity to stand up against that sort of thing.
I thought of a different example than that.
Okay, go ahead. Give us.
Sometimes on one of those favorite shows that you like that I watch, you often see this issue of the person
I don't like her.
That's what she says, but it's okay. You see the issue where the person is either still connecting with maybe a previous partner, and the obviously now current partner who's gone in thinking everything is good, now finds maybe messages and some other stuff to say that there's another relationship going on, which is now, that's like a scene of betrayal. Like, oh my God, I thought your heart was only for me, but you're still, you know.
So in that situation, what happens today? Does the person who was still pining after the ex now realign with the present partner? Or does the relationship break apart?
It tends to be, maybe because it's for TV, but it always tends to, well, not always, but it always tends to be, oh no, I didn't want to break up with the person's still my friend. So, you know, but it can be a bit disconcerting to, you know, and if your ex is messaging you prolifically, let's put it like that.
Note that the degree of betrayal will always be attached to the volume of trust.
Oh yeah. Now they work together in tandem.
You cannot feel betrayed when you haven't invested any trust in something.
For example, sorry, I've got lots of examples today. So,
yes,
you know,
no, give us.
Like, you book your Uber and your Bolt and he decides that he's not coming. You don't feel betrayed, do you?
I'm annoyed.
But you don't feel betrayed. You don't feel like, oh, this is a betrayal.
I paid.
They should have. Even to be honest, if you buy something and it doesn't work out,
as long as you can return it.
As long as you can, even if there's a process, you don't feel betrayed. You feel annoyed. But I think, like you said, betrayal is built on that trust, and it's something that happens over a period of time for you to now feel, So good example.
It doesn't, it doesn't happen in random. It takes it and for some of the deepest betrayals will happen over time. So Judas was in Jesus's company for how many years? Yet, at no point could he stop himself from executing that betrayal, you know, and what looks like defeat can become a symbol of triumph if you're resilient and if purpose and if you align or stay true to your purpose over a period of time. I don't know if I can ever forgive this person, you know, and that idea of forgiveness, we'll touch on forgiveness next week, but let's finish off here.
Okay.
Because this is something that is deeply human. The pain doesn't have to have degrees. You know, like, oh, your betrayal, oh, like some people who check out points, you know, think on your own life. You know, sometimes we will say, oh, I thought mine was bad. When I heard that once, when I realized that, ooh, theirs was, it doesn't, there's no temperature gauge for betrayal. Betrayal is betrayal. And if you have been the one, maybe you've been the one who's betrayed somebody, a friend, a partner, a colleague, or at work, you see the political betrayals taking place. People get stabbed over, you know, when they should be honest because maybe they're gunning for someone's role or someone's job or bonus or whatever. Someone trusted you, you know, with some information, but you used it against the person. That's betrayal. Friendships broken by trust issues happens all the time. Workplace politics, like I said, leads to betrayal. Family conflicts that start off in just a little misunderstanding, then escalates to years of feud. A romantic relationship that started off naked but not ashamed, and now they can't even be in the same space with each other.
Naked and not ashamed.
And yes, it's true. That's the transparency we say relationships, you know, deep relationships should have. should be open, naked, not ashamed of your strengths, your flaws, your weaknesses, whatever. But then we see that turn because of betrayal. So let's stop here. Have you been betrayed? Or have you been the one who did the betraying? Whatever situation.
I like to hear of somebody who's done the betraying.
I've betrayed some people. I have in the past. I have stories, yes. As a young woman, when I look back at it now, there's some situations that I could honestly say that, yes, I did betray somebody's trust, or I didn't hold their trust, so they felt betrayed, or I didn't put stock in the trust they had in me. Yeah, I can remember those sort of situations. So whichever one or whichever part of the equation you've been in, there's no judgment here. We raise this subject so that we become aware of this thing, so that we think beneath the surface, as Mr. Zimmerman said, that, this is one of those. I want us to think beneath the surface. Why do these things happen? Why? And then next week, we'll talk about triumph. How can we go through some devastating betrayals? And then, some of the ones that really kill is maybe betrayal that you find out after the person has passed away. You can't do anything about it. Even if you wanted to scream at the person, they're dead, they're gone. And then you discover that betrayal and they're your loved ones. What do you do with that? If you're in that situation, answers in a postcard. We in contending for transformation, in contending for that growth that makes us stand out as unique individuals, that makes us be the ones who teach others how to go through crisis, how to go through these things. We must confront sometimes even our own past. Sometimes I've had to send messages to people over the years to say, in that situation, I don't think I was the best. And I don't think I stood up for you or for what you felt we had at the time. For that, I'm really sorry. And it doesn't take anything away from us. As a matter of fact, it makes us a bit more alert, a bit more akin to preventing it happening. Now, if any of the things we've touched on today has affected you in one way or the other,
there's a number on the screen for you to call to get emotional and physical support.
Out to us if you need to. There isn't a number, but you've got the comment section, you've got the website. Reach out to us, and we will. If it's a counseling that you require, we will put you through to the professionals who can support you through this adequately.
That's good.
And if it's prayers that you require, we will also do the same for you, put you through to the right channels to get the support that you need, because these things are deep-seated, and sometimes if we don't take hold of them, they take hold of us. So thank you so much. Thank you. And if you know anybody who could benefit from listening to this, share. Yeah. Okay. Birthdays. Share. Thank you so much. I hope this hasn't been too boring for you. I'm not sure if Auntie Hilda's birthday is this month. I think Auntie Hilda's big birthday is this month. I don't know the date yet, but I'm just going to do, it's a landmark one. So let me start by kicking it off by saying happy birthday. If it's next week, we'll say happy birthday again. It doesn't matter. Thank you all ever so much for your time. Thank you so much for your comments. You've got a birthday?
Yep, Elder Thesmond. It was his birthday.
Oh, Elder T. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sir.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday. What else? We were with Venerable Joe and the family
for Jeff Obi.
His
licensing.
at his new parish, swanking new parish. Congratulations.
You know what they call it in, I think, Pentecostal circles? An installation.
Installation. They still use the word installation. They used it that day.
Yeah.
The installation as rector.
Really nicely done as well.
Yeah.
At St. Mary Magdalene's Church in Woolwich. So, a huge shout out. It was a lovely service. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The Bishop of Woolwich was there. Who was else? The Dean, the head of deans.
So many of them.
There was like a whole procession of clergy that were there as well. So thank you to everybody that came. And, such a warm welcome he received from the parish as well. So
shout out to them as well.
Yep.
Okay.
St. Mary.
Yeah, we will definitely be sharing the link so they can hear their shout out.
So that they can hear their shout out as well.
And yeah, the hospitality ladies, thank you for looking after us.
Yep.
Under such short notice.
Shout out to Mr. Dax, who was, I think he's one of the
wardens.
Yeah. He was greeting everybody at the back, and shout out. His name stuck in my mind. My name is Dax. And I thought of Dax from Star Trek, so that's why it stuck in my mind. So there you go.
Okay.
But thank you so much indeed, guys. Yep, congratulations to the AJFOBs.
Any more? Any anniversaries?
I have a funny feeling, Mrs. Fadiomi, that sometime in March it was actually our anniversary.
The first one, the first of many.
No. The first one was. Yeah, there
that's
you
to show you how busy it was that even he forgot.
I
he wasn't
well.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have definitely have.
Well, you've got two more chances to hit me, okay? So,
how's that then?
You've got June, you've got July, you've got the plenty other times and dates. Exactly. All right. Listen, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Look after yourselves. Thank you for your time. And
we will say,
may the good Lord keep you.
And bless you.
May he bless you. Hope you're enjoying the spring. The spring is make the most of it.
Spring has sprung.
Not sure what the weather will be like, but hey.
Oh, shout out to Dave P as well, who laid his dad to rest on Friday.
Yes. Birmingham. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for all your live chats. Thank you for your post chats. Thank you, new joiners, not so new joiners, closet joiners. We're really, really grateful. May the good Lord keep you. May he bless you. May he shine the light of his countenance upon you. And if you're in need of healing and you're going through the pain of betrayal, or you're the one who's guilty of the betraying, may you find peace and release from the Lord. And may the grace of the Lord, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you and help you come through it. Do not render evil for evil, but instead be the change that you want to see. We love you.
Adios, muchachos. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.